And we are back for part 2. I clicked by accident, so going next, but it should be fun. And let's see. Arc Ranger Black opens her eyes to find herself in the repair center. She quickly looks around. Arc Rangers Red and Blue are sitting beside her bed watching her.
気がついたか、大バカ野郎。
私はなぜここに火災現場で救助活動をしていたはずだが。
バックドラフトにやられたんだよ。脳が焼けてなかっただけ良かったと思え。
バックドラフト？
知らないのか？
知らないな。
そんなことも知らないで火事場に突っ込んだのか？ほんと大したやつだな。
レッド、
なんであんな真似をした？
なんでだと？人々を助けるために決まっている。
何様のつもりだ？ブラック、俺たちはヒーローじゃないんだ。テレビの中ではヒーローでもそこから一歩外に出ればただのニケなんだよ。手すりにぶら下がってるぐらいの人なら助けられる。泥棒を捕まえるとかいじめられてる子を助けるとかだってできるかもな。
I was about to comment on the translation again, but I keep forgetting that can't really use the same things. Here, the English they used getting roughed up, and the Japanese they used the word ijiwaru. Hold on.
泥棒を捕まえるとか。
I gotta save it. So
泥
keep
棒を
here.
捕まえるとかいじめられてる子を助けるとかだってできるかもな。
Tokoro. So people who are getting bullied or getting bullied and things like that.
十分ヒーローじゃないか。それぐらいのヒーローなら俺たちだってなれる。それで満足しておけよ。俺たちは本物じゃないんだ。
お前の言う通りだ。私の力など取るに足らないのかもしれない。だからといって気持ちまで取るに足らなくしてどうする？私は人々を救う本物のヒーローになりたいんだ。画面の中だけではない本物のヒーローに。
I found it quite interesting because with them being Nikke's, they technically can, because there's nothing really separating them from other police work and firefights and things like that that help people in a sense. The only difference I think at that specific moment was her body model itself was the ultra lightweight, which means it's not for that specific situation. I'm sure if they do some adjustments, they should be able to. But obviously then that would hamper the TV show in a sense.
いい加減にしろ。お前に消防の知識があるか？崩れた建物をどうにかできるか？
Yeah, because with her going through that building with her heavy frame, she was collapsed on the floor below her. That was pretty bad.
応急処置は添え木のつけ方わかるのか？何も知らないくせに変身してかっこよく走り回れば何でも解決すると思ってるのか？
レッド、ブラックは人を助けるために必死で。
気持ちだけじゃどうにもならないんだよ。実力が必要なんだ。特に人を救う仕事ってのはな、やる気だけでできるものじゃねえんだよ。お前な、あんな派手なパフォーマンスをしたせいで、ただでさえ狭い火災現場あたりの道でお前を見ようとする人を集めちまったって分かってるか？ AFF だけじゃ収拾がつかずにトライアングルと ACPU の機動隊も出動して見物客を追い出したんだ。そのせいで消防隊の突入が遅れて消火にさらに時間がかかった。
犠牲者
ゼロだ。奇跡だと思っとけ。一人でも死んでたら お前のせいにしてたところだ。
レッド。
頼むブラック、分かってくれ。俺たちはただのスーツアクターなんだよ。本物のヒーローじゃない。テレビの中だけでもみんなに勇気を与えられるならいいじゃないか。外の世界で欲を出そうとするな。な。
レッド。
なんだ。
何から始めればいい？
何をだ。
どこから始めれば本物のヒーローになれる？
Of course she's not gonna stop.
イカれてるな。
私は人々の助けになりたいんだ。
Like, I can understand reds as well, and I can also understand blacks, because in a sense, if you were to see a situation that she was in, it's, if you have the ability to help, then you'd want to help. It's not about just letting them potentially die. You don't want that to happen, so you'd want to help. But obviously you need to know where your limits are, but yeah.
教えてくれ。お願いだ。
本気でどうかしてるよ。まず災害が起きた時に取るべき行動を頭に叩き込め。逃げ遅れてる人たちの目線で考えるのはバカだ。救助者としての目線で考えるようにしろ。それからそのボロボロの軽量ボディも取り替えろ。重くて頑丈なやつにな。その方ができることも増える。
ちょっと止めるのか進めるのかどっちかにしたらどうです？
そのうち自分でわかるさ。ヒーローは誰でもなれるもんじゃない。
ありがとう、レッド。
Archranger Red stance.
じゃあな。撮影スケジュールは3日後に延期になった。
そうか。
私も行くわね。また来ます。
あ
あ。Archranger Red and Blue step out of the hospital room. Archranger Black stares intently at her hands.
本物になりたい。本物のヒーローに。
なんで黙ってたんです？
何をだ。
Did something happen?
AFF の突入が遅れて
Ah.
怪我人が出たこと。
Yeah.
死んではいないだろ。
どっちにしたって消火活動が遅れたのは確かでしょ。ねえレッド、ブラックにどうなってほしいんですか？私には分かりません。
とことんまでやってほしいだけだ。本物のヒーローになるために最後まで。それで現実を思い知ればいい。
あなたみたいに。
Yeah, I had a feeling that she was talking from experience.
分かってますよ。あなたが本物になろうとして誰よりも努力してたこと。でも諦めた。あなたには分かるんですよね、ブラックの気持ち。自分で限界を思い知らないと諦めがつかないってことも。まったく残酷ね。諦めさせるために努力させようなんて。まあそうでもしないと諦めないでしょうけど、頑固だから。
限界にぶち当たってその先に行けるかもしれない。そうじゃないかもしれない。
複雑ね。
そうだな。
Okay. I clicked by accident instead of going next, so it's going to go to the screen.
王は民を守るもの。
Okay. I mean, I'm enjoying the story so far. It's just a side event so far. Nothing that's tied to any known characters or lore, I should say. It's one of the things I'm really looking forward to, which I was hoping to see something regarding the lore, backstory maybe, but nothing too much. Archranger Black lifts a massive barbell. She holds that position for a moment, then sets the barbell down on the floor. A tremor ripples through the gym, strong enough to shake the entire space.
よし、次。
She heads for the climbing wall. With taking a deep breath, she breaks into a run. But even using her hands, she steps onto the wall, holds, scaling as if she's flying. She hangs from the highest hold with one hand. So holding on for a moment, she drops straight down and lands. The ground shakes beneath her impact.
次。
She moves to a treadmill built for Nikke's and begins to sprint on it. After her routine, she takes a shower and steps out onto the street. She walks, she reviews some rescue training materials.
トレーニングは終わったのか？
ああ、今日
Oops.
の分は。
今日はどこにします？
どこがいいかな。今日はどこでも空いてるだろうから。
言われてみると、ジムも街も人が少ないな。何かあったのか？
Is this during the Matters event when so there was that scene, I think it was chapter 9 or 10, I can't remember when it was, where there were streets were empty. Polly and Miranda were out patrolling the streets. Then Raptors broke into the Ark facility, broke into Ark. That was connected to... What story was that connected to again? It wasn't the Heretic one, it was before that. It was... And it wasn't the EH explosive. I can't remember when that was again. It's been a while since I went through that part of the story. But it might have been that when the streets were empty and they were going to the Matters event. I think it was. Yeah, so I think it is this some moments in time. So this is when the Raptors infiltrated the Ark.
みんなそっちに行ってるから外に誰もいないんだ。
それなら普段は行けないお店なんてどうですか？
いいな。候補があるのか？
そうですね。
待て。
どうした？変なものでも食ったか？
茶化したらダメですよ。
本当に腹痛かもしれないだろ？
揺れている。
揺れてるって何が？
Yeah. It's far away, but the explosion sounds massive. Archranger Black feels as though the Ark itself is shaking.
なんだ？
アークで地震？珍しいことも。
待て。なんだあれは。お前たち、今すぐ逃げろ。
どうしたんです？急に何を？
逃げろ。いいから早く。ラプチャーだ。ラプチャーがアークに。
Yeah. So I have a feeling that it might come true with the first thought I had, where we're going to see Hope again, and situation might get a bit darker for Black. Interesting. Okay, so now we've got a timeline. Now we know where, when, and where this is happening. So this is Ark during the Matter celebration. But I can't remember what caused the explosion again. Was that because of Crow and EH again? That whole situation? I can't remember. It's been a while. Yes, I think it was because of Crow that this happened, if I recall correctly.
それはどういう？レッド、落として。ブラック、これはどういう？
し 近くの建物の地下へ避難するんだ。早く。
地下。わかりました。
急ぐんだ。
ブラックも気をつけて。
ああ。
余計なことは考えちゃダメ。分かってますね。
Of course she won't.
分かっている。
Archranger Black switches off her comms and takes off running. She sprints full tilt toward the direction of the explosion. She looks up. She's a gaping hole in a dome of eternity, and rapture is pouring through. For a moment she feels the urge to stop. She soon suppresses it and keeps running. Hope slowly pulls himself up. Yeah. His body feels heavy, his mind in a daze. He remembers walking home after finishing an Archranger card battle. That's the last thing he remembers before coming to. Confusion washes over him. His breathing is strained but fills his mouth, leaving it dry and gritty. Hope gives a short cough and looks around. The once glistening and magnificent buildings are gone. Only collapsed and ruined structures remain. People lie scattered across the ground, none of them moving. Hope does not understand why they are lying there, but he instantly knows something terrible has happened. His heart races and cold sweat breaks out across his body. He does not know what to do. All he can do is look around in a panic. With a deafening crash, dust erupts in the air. Hope is swallowed by the plumes, coughing violently. He cannot see anything beyond the clouds of dust. With each heavy rhythmic boom, the ground trembles faintly. Through the thick dust cloud, Hope sees a massive silhouette. And then it breaks through the dust. A rapture. Hope turns and runs. He trips almost immediately and falls. Turns back to look at the rapture fiend approaching him. Fear consumes him. All he can do is scream. Then suddenly, he remembered his treasure. Hope reaches into his pockets and pulls out the Archranger trading card bearing his hero's autograph, which he keeps in a plastic case. He raises it high into the sky. The Rapture Fiend advances, unfazed. The Rapture Fiend continues forward. The Rapture Fiend presses on. Hope gathers the last of his courage. A chunk of concrete flies out of nowhere and smashes into the Rapture Fiend's head. Hope turns around. Okay. There he sees the one he has been waiting for. Okay, so I was expecting maybe Lapis or Drake or things like that to come save him. Then he realizes that he can't hope to get saved by Archrangers. They fake and things like that. And then when I saw that somebody did respond to his cry in the end, I thought maybe it was Black that came in time, but surprised to see Red. When Red had turned off her communications, I did expect that she would probably do something, but it's interesting to see this. Hope gets up and runs, brushing past Archranger Red. Hope squeezes his eyes shut and runs. An unfamiliar sound echoes behind him. He turns around. Ah, far, Archranger Red has collapsed, crimson energy spilling from her body. Hope suddenly feels the strength leave his legs. For some reason he cannot run. His legs refuse to move. He feels the Rapture's fiend gaze on him. Hope looks at the fallen Archranger Red. Summoning all his courage, he forces his fear down.
来い。かかってこい。ラプチャー怪人め。僕はアークレンジャーの秘密の仲間だ。だから。
必殺アークブラックメテオ。
I'm just wondering, why did Red go down so easily? The Rapture staggers, using it as a foothold. Archranger Black leaps up and lands in front of Hope with her back to him.
アークレンジャーブラック。
勇気のこもった叫び、約束通り駆けつけたぞ。アークレンジャーブラック。
Okay.
アークブラック、これだ。
Electricity surges from Archranger's Black's hand and strikes the Rapture. I can never say their names properly for some reason. The Rapture's movement halts for a moment. Archranger Black uses that opportunity to charge forward. The Rapture swings its leg, but Archranger Black twists her body slightly and evades the attack. She drives her knee into its joint, sending the Rapture staggering with a resounding bang. She pulls herself into a tight crouch, then launches herself. Hope's eyes follow Archranger's Black as she rises into the air. Blue lightning flashes behind her. With her legs straightened and her body in a freefall, she unleashes her ultimate attack, Arc Black Meteor, striking the Rapture's core with perfect precision. A fracture spreads across the Rapture's core. The Rapture falls silent.
レッド。
Archranger Black rushes over and takes the fallen Red in her arms. Her body is battered, but she's alive.
ホープ。
僕の名前覚え。
当然だ。秘密の仲間の名前を。さあ行こう。一刻も早く。
Archranger Black lifts Red onto her back and runs. Hope follows behind her. Explosions, screams, and gunfire ring out endlessly around them. She feels her breathing grow heavier, but she cannot let the boy behind her see how exhausted she is.
私はアークレンジャーブラックなんだ。
Just as she wonders if her vision is dimming, a massive shadow envelops them. 3 Raptures fix their gaze on Archranger Black. She carefully lowers Archranger Red. The Raptors have the path ahead completely blocked. The option is to turn back and run, but doing that would leave them exposed to the Rapture's attack. Without taking her eyes off the 3 Raptures in front of her, Archranger Black calls out to the boy behind her.
ホープ。絶対にこちらを振り向かず逃げるんだ。
アークレンジャー。
また会おう。勇気ある少年よ。
Hope turns and runs. Archranger Black charges toward the Raptures. Please let me buy him some time.
アークの平和は私たちアークレンジャーが守る。
目が覚めたか。
一体何が。
事件は落ち着いた。エキゾチックの奴らが空に穴を開け
So
た
I
らしい。
was growing them.
それに乗じてラプチャーがアークに降ってきたんだ。
すると今は。
全部終わった。ラプチャーはいなくなってきれいさっぱり片付いた。
そうか。だが特訓の成果はあったな。するべきことができた。
For some reason, I feel like she wasn't able to save the boy. I don't know why. I just have a feeling like.
このままもっと努力を重ねればいつか。そうだ、ホープはあの勇気ある少年はどこにいる？会ってお礼を伝えなければ。
Yeah.
あの子の勇気に応えるためにも私はもっと。
ブラック。ブラック。
嘘だ。違う。そんなはずはない。
Archranger Red quietly extends her hand. She holds out a trading card bearing Archranger Black's autograph. Archranger Black takes hold of it with trembling hands.
最後の瞬間まで手から離さなかったそうです。
違う。そんなはずがない。あの勇気に私は答え救えなかった。
俺もだ。
私はこんなにも無力なのか。
俺たちみんなそうだ。
Tears fall onto the trading card.
私はテレビの中のヒーローでしかなかったんだな。
ああ。俺たちがヒーローでいられるのはテレビの中だけだ。
本物のヒーローにはなれないのか。
本物のヒーローじゃないからな。俺が悪かった。こんな風にこんな形で気づかせたくはなかった。本当にすまない。
毎日自分に言い聞かせていた正義の誓いもハードなトレーニングも空に向かって叫ぶ決め台詞もスーツも必殺何もかもただのごっこ遊びでしかなかった。目の前の小さな命一つ救うこともできないただのヒーローごっこだったのか。
Okay.
指揮官。
Huh. Oh, I kind of expected some dramatic moment to happen. Interesting. I'm honestly still surprised we haven't seen a single other Nikke in this story. The only three we've seen is just those three and Hope. Those are the only characters we've seen in the story so far. Which I'm really surprised because I was hoping to see other characters like Trony, for example. Trony, I can't see the mouse, but Trony is one who likes Black, Archranger Black, I believe. There was a whole side event about it. That's how we knew about Black, Archranger Black. Lapis also aspires to be a hero. Thought she would enjoy the superheroes that they are, the Archrangers. So I'd like to see their interactions with them. I think there was a banner with the Mattis as well, like with Drake as well. I'd love to see Drake as well, and I mean, I'm still enjoying the story. It's just I would like a bit more with other people. See the interaction. Oh, another fight. Okay. Right, since it's a 3-week event, they normally have story 1, story 2, and then hard mode. So story 2 will probably be out in a couple of days, and then hard mode a few days after that.
見たか、これがまさに正義の力だ。
ヘビーなボディとバトル用のウェポンですか？
I've mentioned it every time he speaks. I really dislike the English for it.
Why?
Why? I'm just gonna go with what he says. I'm not gonna read this when he speaks.
強くなければ人々を助けることができない。本物のヒーローにはなれない。
ボディもウェポンも答えるのはイージーな願いです。
As an easy problem. Giving her a stronger body is easy. Like, I don't even know what's... I have no idea what's being said here. But
それでリアルなヒーローになれると思っていますか?
Would that make you really make you a hero?
あのテロの時、私に力があれば、あんな犠牲は出なかったかもしれない。力が欲しい。強い力が。
Is she gonna get a tactical upgrade before anybody before some other characters?
なるほど。あの事件がトラウマになっているようですね。
I understand.
死ぬまで忘れられそうにない。
Alright.
ボディもウェポンも用意しましょう。
I'll prepare a heavy weapon and body for you. Or a heavy body and a good weapon for you.
地上でのバトルにも耐えうる性能のものをね。
礼を言う。これで私は本物のヒーローに。
But
ボディのパワーがヒーローの資格だと考えているなら大間違いです。よく覚えておくことですね。
2 days later, a shopping mall begins collapsing from damage sustained during the attack on the Ark. Archranger Black rushes to the scene.
今度こそ誰も死なせない。
Archranger Black arrives on the scene and surveys the collapsing building. Her body freezes the moment she moves to enter the building. Trauma.
また同じことになったらどうする?
Some of the things happened with Laplace.
ボディの重量で床が崩れた。道を開くために武器を使って余計に被害を大きくしてしまったら、あんた誰も助けられなかったらどうする？行け、動け、早く行って助けないと。
Archranger Black remains unable to move.
助けるんだ。できはしないさ。私は無力だ。前へ進め。また悪い結果になるに違いない。変身。スーツを身にまとったところで、私は本物のヒーローではないのだから。私はただの平凡なニケだ。ヒーロー。
Archranger Black stares blankly at the collapsing building. Rescue teams rush into action, pulling people to safety. The operation concludes with no loss of life. The rescue teams withdraw, and Mighty Tools arrives to secure the building. Archranger Black stays rooted to the spot, motionless.
私は格好のいいスーツを着ているだけの、大声で技の名前を叫ぶだけの、安全な場所でヒーローのふりをしているだけの単なるハリボテに過ぎなかったんだ。
Time passes. Attack on the Ark executed by the exotic squad left deep scars across the Ark, but it quickly begins to recover. Building destroyed by ruptures are rebuilt. Upended patches of ground, shattered lights are restored. But those who were lost cannot be brought back. Oh. This is an interesting design. It's more just the jackets and the hood. It actually really changes how she feels. Look, as well as the mask. I actually quite like this design. Arc Ranger Black stands watching the streets of the Ark, her hood drawn over her head. A long while later, someone comes running past. Cries of pickpockets ring out across the street. Arc Ranger Black flinches, but does not spring into action. She tracks the fleeing pickpocket with her eyes. Soon after, the pickpocket is apprehended and taken into custody by the ACPU.
そう、これでいいんだ。
Interesting. Huh. I wonder what will bring her back into her character, I should say. What brings her back into her hero character, I should say. I wonder if interacting or seeing Laplace might do that for her. Being a hero and so forth. But yeah, that'll be it for part 2. Then we'll have to do part 3 as well, because we are only on 1.8 and needs to be 1.12. So yeah, maybe 4, it looks like we have to do it. So yeah, be right back for part 3.